in the XP lane as well. Just get like a super strong pick. I'm thinking, wait, with the Yuzong and the Terizla banned out, you know what? Just go for more playmaking, I feel, at this point, right? I think if they
Esmeralda maybe?
want...
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
X4,
Esmeralda.
Personally, it'd be like X-Borg, Tamus, Paquito if he wants to lean for comfort. One of these options, I think.
Every time I see those fist bumps from Homeboy's side, I'm thinking Suppa is going to get some nasty pick. Paquito, perhaps?
Well, we shall see. 5 seconds left. Seems like Homeboys, they've made that decision. It is going to be Tamus. Good shout there coming in from Staffa. But now seeing this composition here, oof. First, the Kufra. The one that got Zorn his championship title in MPL Season 3. What do you think?
I mean, it's a blast of the past, right? But Mirko, final thoughts on the draft before we send you off.
I love the draft from Homeboys this time around, you know? Hopefully RSG will be able to get things done because technically their composition looks really, really good. But Homeboys have so many winning lanes in that XP lane as well, and they have so many angles to attack from. Let's see. RSG MY, they have plan B though.
Oh, that's Mirko's analysis. We're gonna get ready to jump into game number 2, and RGMY, they definitely need to find an equalizer to have a chance.
Well, a surprise factor here, a surprise hero pickup has been brought to the table, to the Land of Dawn, here in the playoffs for MPL MY Season 13, day number 3. Now, the lower bracket finals, game number 2, Homeboys versus RSGMY. Homeboys with 1 game ahead. This is going to be something that a lot of us are hoping for. Can Homeboys take the clean 3-0 to get their revenge against RSGMY, or will RSGMY adapt and fight back?
A lot of storylines kind of being concluded in just a little bit, right? It's about the revenge, it's about the 2-time grand finalist, 2-time championship, at least wildcard slots secured for MSC. But most importantly, they need to go into the grand finals as dominant as humanly possible.
Absolutely. And Homeboys want to feel as good as they can if they're going to be the ones moving on into the grand finals. RSG, they're going to do anything they can to stop them. But I'm personally going to be the most curious about Zorn on this Kufra. Udil already being forced to flicker, but how aggressive can he play on this hero considering this is actually its debut in Season 13?
To be honest, I actually like what the RSGMY is doing, right? They're learning on how Udil usually plays his low E, because the game that they played against Udil, especially Udil going up against King Empire, Udil has been known to just harass the mid lane every single time, but this time he's getting a taste of his own medicine now.
And Zorn might come in from a gank.
Okay, great start to start things off, but he's gonna try and harass here. Nuts immediately rushing over, but not gonna be able to get too much value damage off it.
Just lock Lolio out of the wave, so Nets, I think he's going to start looking for a freeze. He has double cannon minions on his side, so this is going to be lethal. That wave will start stacking out, and with Zorn in the bush, Lolio can walk up. He needs to call for help.
Yeah, the ideal actually for Homeboys would be to call one more person over, then they can dive the tower with the double cannon minion. But looks like Homeboys aren't going to risk that this early on, considering that we cannot underestimate the amount of damage that Nathan can output at a level 3. They're going to play towards that turtle timing instead. Chibi and Venogo both going to be hitting level 4 around the same time, so this is pretty even so far.
Stone is not even close to getting 4. He's been babysitting Venogo and Izanami for the most part the first 2 minutes. So no ultimate for the Matilda.
Oh, this is going to be a very important factor here for Nogo. He does have the level advantage, but as soon as he hits 5, he is going to make the dive. Udil doesn't have his ultimate, but I don't think it matters for this scenario here. Reaper with a flicker play, plays into the final stash as well. Here comes the Totem's Welcome, connects on 2, but Venogo is dropping too low, but Sword with a Tyrant's Rage stops them apart, and now RSGMY, they can completely turn apart, and Uno reverse card. They will be the ones that lose members instead.
2-for-1 in favor of Homeboys, and they get Turtle Izanami, killing off Suppa with a stolen Tyrant's Rage.
Oh no,
and Stole him. He might go down, almost.
Okay, but Nogo is going to be joining the fight as well. Zorn, is he going to be able to make out live as well? He's got the sidestep as well. He's getting stunned as well.
Wait,
but his passive heals him, and I think he's got
the quantum charge.
Oh my goodness, what a player.
I didn't even realize it was Kufra with quantum charge. Okay, that makes a big difference there. Zorn showing us this is one way to debut a hero in the season at the playoffs of all things. We can see that if Zorn is able to get these comfort picks, it doesn't matter what the hotfix has done, he's still able to invade, he's still able to very innately understand the limits that he can bring his team to.
I guess when you look at the composition of Homeboys, one thing that is apparent is it's being a big AoE team fight, right? Lori Yin Yang reactions, the Kufra engage, and then you have this Claude that's ready to come in with the blazing duet. RCMY, it feels like this comp is a bit more split up. They can play a bit more push and pull, but if they get caught by Homeboys without a Purify, that's going to spell disaster.
Well, now here comes the Circling Eagle, instantly blocked with the ball, Kufra ball now, and Chibi looks to re-engage with Thought. Vinogo getting chain stun, Appraisal Rock comes in, the Bulldogs welcome a little bit late here, but he is going to be burned down by Nets with the blazing duet. RSG MY now in a little bit predicament here. Udil, big boy damage coming from Udil. Now, Divergent immediately forces them out as well. They are going to try and make a attempt. Lilios, can he get out? Zord! He's going to try and dive this as well. Lilios with the Purify, he gets out. Nice attempt from Homeboys, but so fast-paced coming in from Homeboys. Izanami, he's got the Tyrant's Rage, but it's only just him.
I mean, I don't care if that's intentional or not, but Zorn diving into the Daytona's welcome as if he's going for a stuntman trick shot actually worked out in Homeboy's favor and blowing Loliel's Purify right after that. Homeboy slowly getting incremental leads.
Zorn is way too good with these classic tanks, man. I'm pretty sure that was intentional. Diving in front of the Daytona's welcome so Vinogo couldn't use it to escape. The instant diversion, the hunt down Lolil in the bottom lane, force out the Purify. You can see how different Homeboys plays when Zorn is confident, when he's on a hero that can actually create this space. They already have that 1k network lead, controlling the turtle now.
Well, Izanami getting zoned out by Zorn. Zorn, they have a rough idea of what they are doing as well. Vinogo is able to get out for now, but with the turtle dropping down pretty low, they are going to come in again. Vinogo getting pinned away here. Tyrant's Rage comes in from Izanami. Counterplay comes in. Homeboys, they secure the turtle. Zorn, he actually managed to survive the re-engage. Reaper also going to fall as Homeboys is able to flip the table once more. Izanami, a beautiful play, but doesn't seem to be enough. But right now, Homeboys, Nets finally show himself here. He's not going to be able to get a pick, but RSGMY, they have to be careful here. Chibi is looking for a gang, but okay, that's all for now.
Yeah, I mean, Homeboys had to use all of their battle spells except for Nets in that team fight, but Sabat and Zorn just manning the front line and whittling down RSGMY. That is the power of the Damos in this early game, especially when you're ahead and has a vengeance. Courageous side done. It's going for the Garden Helmet or the Athena Shield next, but regardless, Homeboys right now, they're in such a strong position.
Yeah, the setup is so good. Like, in that last fight, I thought for sure that Zorn and Sabat, they were gonna eat it there. That was a really nice stolen Tyrant's Rage, but just the survivability and the Quantum Charge coming in clutch again for Zorn. Walks out with a sliver of HP. Homeboy's going again.
Okay, Chibi makes an attempt. Izanami is like, no, you know what, I've got spell vamps, but speaking of spell vamps right now, he's does have a decent amount of level. He's actually out-leveling Chibi now, but no, the drop comes in right on top on Stone, but he's able to get out with 1 HP. However, Lulio, he's left alone here. He needs to find a way to get out. Entropy comes in, but no, Vinogo is able to save him. Chibi, he's gonna get pinned, and he's gonna go down. Final Slash doesn't connect. Homeboys over-committed to this, but what an outplay from Stone with that initial fight.
It's an overextension for Homeboys. They dropped on top of Stolen, wanting to get to Lo Liao. Stolen gets out. They still went for Lo Liao. At the end of the day, losing Chibi, not too big of a deal. He's still decent in terms of levels, even with a no-go. And somebody set up the top wave, so that top tier 2 is going to fall regardless.
But I really questioned the decision. Like, I feel like Chibi got a little bit too desperate just to finish off the Matilda there. And once the rest of the cavalry showed up, it was time for Homeboys to back it off. And that's at least gonna give RSGMY something here. But Homeboys still not going to let up the pressure. Even with the turtle coming up, they're actually splitting the map in half.
Oh, the Leos is popped the Entropy preemptively here, expecting Homeboys to think he could jump, but at the same time, as soon as they see this, well, Homeboy says, you know what, back off. We're gonna secure the turtle. RGMY nowhere close to this fight. And it seems like turtle secured. But immediately as soon as I say this, RGMY, they make a jump, they find Nets, that's a big catch. He's dead, he's gone for Nets. Homeboys, they're gonna try to make a counter play. Zorn misses the stun here. He's gonna get pinned away. Entropy still alive for Lolios as he's slowly building the bound, but Udil with the 2-man yin yang. Gonna stop the tempo right now, and here he comes. The saves from Izanami, the stolen Tyrant's Rage, stopping Serpent and Chibi, and he's able to get out with the guiding winds.
Oh man, I cannot believe Chibi saved Zorn that time. The energy interruption to taunt Izanami and Lolia to prevent the finisher onto Zorn. This guy is getting away with daylight murder. He has 5 assists, 0 deaths. And that is because sometimes a stroke of light, sometimes his team is just there at the right time.
You know, it doesn't matter how much damage Zorn takes because Cooper is made out of bandages, so he's already just prepared to get out of there alive regardless. But Izanami is making some really nice Tyrant's Rage deals as well. Homeboys actually does need to respect the damage coming out because Lolil is starting to hit pretty hard. Ned's already got punished once, only just finished that Corrosion Scythe. So even though Homeboy still has the net worth lead, we're reaching a very important point in the game for both sides.
Oh, great side step. Oh, what a catch coming in from Repo as well. And now he is going to fall just like that. Very, very clean execution for RSGMY. Homeboys definitely wasn't expecting that.
That's going to help Venogo recover in terms of experience. He would hit 11 and just get a bit closer to Chibi in terms of that resource. But Homeboys, you gotta start respecting RSGMY, not just in terms of damage, but in terms of the catch potential. Arlen is a pivotal tool that has been missing from RSG's NY arsenal for the past few games, but now that they've brought it out for Ripple, Homeboy, you gotta give a bit more respect.
Yeah, up until now, Chibi has been playing Fredrin very aggressively, using his body as a way to engage fights, using the energy option to initiate. But against this composition with a Barat, with an Arlen, he cannot afford to do that. His position needs to be safer and closer to the rest of the Homeboys to make sure he's not feeding more kills to RSG.
Yeah, and seeing Homeboys, they are finally playing a little bit more defensive here, knowing that their lanes are, their housekeeping needs to be checked right now. And most of the lanes are pretty 50-50, is not giving any kind of advantage ball. And the Udil using a divergent to scout RSGMY's rotation. Are they going to be there? But guess what? Here's the stolen divergent themselves. RSGMY, they make the drop on Saban. They're trying to go for it, but I don't think that's the right target here. And Repo, he's got to run for his life. He flickers away, but here comes a Praiser's Wrath. But it is going to be scaring Repo off. He needs to recall back to base very, very slow. Gets in out to safety. Lord already engaged by Homeboys for now. Now, Lord getting poked here. Lulil's popping the entropy once more. He's still damage checking onto his this. But here comes Funny Slash, catches up on this time. Ben just keeps him alive. Does he survive? Yes, he does. He's gonna walk out. But the Daytona's welcome. He catches on Chibi. But Udil, he's able to get a 3-man yin-yang reaction. Just like that. They get 3 down from Rosaro RSGMY. What a catch from Udil.
What a catch from Zorn. Zorn again, the flicker, Tyrant's Rage, the pin tree into the wall, and that's the wombo combo we've talked about. Homeboy just laid everything on top of RSGNY, and they started from Simba surviving with a sliver of health again.
And the Yin Yang reaction's just doing so much damage overall. Udil topping the damage dealt rankings. And man, if I had a nickel for every single time a Homeboys player walked out with no HP, I would have a lot more than 2 nickels here. That's gotta feel bad for RSGMY. Instantly, the net worth lead bloats to almost 7,000. RSGMY, they can still somewhat depend on Lolil to scale up into that late game. The Tan is still 0-0-2, so his farm should be pretty matching to Nets. But Homeboys now has control of the map.
Oh, speaking of map right now, it seems like Homeboys has just got a lead against RSGMY, and the comeback from RSGMY seems to be very similar to game 1, but this time they've got better tools. But it comes down to execution though.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, RSGMY, they should be able to keep the Horde away and keep the inhibitor alive, and Loliel himself can handle the Lord pretty fine just with that entropy. But even then, Homeboys, they have amassed such a lead. And RSGNY, they can't afford to get caught like that. Again, Homeboys are trying to burn their battle spells before the true fight begins. And RSGNY, they gotta start realizing that. You gotta start with taking back space, and that means using Ripple and the no-go as an asset.
If you ask me personally, this is one situation where I'm not a fan of Zorn actually spam recalling there. If he was hiding himself, RSGMY would have the position a lot more afraid because they're not sure of where the Kufra is. As long as Zorn is actually showing his face, it's allowing RSG to
Lolios, he went for the entry forward here. He's gonna force Subbons out of it, but at the same time, he needs to get out. Izanami narrowly escaping this, but no go. He's going to be the only one left stranded as Chibi locks him down. As Homeboys finds the pick. Despite all the engagements, RSGMY loses only Vinogo. A nice little attempt coming in from Lolios, but it seems like Homeboys is just so much prepared for what's happening.
And Izanami stole the Appraisal's Wrath, so gotta get rid of that soon. And I guess, Sadafa, you said that Zorn being out in the open is not good because RSGMY knows where it is. Not when you have divergence, I guess. It's like it's like a magic trick, right? Now you see Zorn, now you don't.
You know, maybe Zorn is the diversion all along. Or maybe he's just baiting them. It's like, oh, I'm right here. There's no way you'll get caught by anything. Boom, Udil shows up out of nowhere. AK net worth lead now. Udil already having the Blood Wings and the Divine Glaive. This Loi is going to hurt a lot. Even triple Radiant Armor on Zorn, Chibi, and Sabat because they know that Izanami, Storm, and Malil all deal magic damage. Unfortunately, a little bit front-loaded in that regard, making it easier for Homebois to itemize, and that's why a lot of them are surviving with the tiniest bit of HP.
Well, speaking of HP right now, RGMY, Lulio, he does have the damage to turn things around. However, he just needs to find the perfect angles to fight with. In this case, Zorn has been making it very, very difficult for RSGMY to do so. And Subpot as well, extremely tanky. He's got the Vengeance, which is a big problem for the Lulils. Oh my goodness, 1-2 slaps. Udil just almost deleting Lulils from this game. But fortunately for them, Guiding Wind keeps them alive, but the Lord already being started from side of Homebois. Half HP Vinogo is now or never. You got to get the biggest catch, but Udil once again hits him apart. And Subpot blocks their entry, and Zorn from the sides! He catches Repo. Izanami tries to get out with the diversion. Is not good enough. Too much damage from Homebois, and now they are going to be knocking in towards the inhibitors. They're diving past the tier 3s. Vinogo getting focused down as well. Udil barely surviving it. Nets finally takes down the tier 3. Storm now. Razor's Wrath drops on RSGMY. They have to reset, but Homebois, they have to back off. Repo's going to be back in 5 seconds. In this case, Nets, he's running for his dear lives.
The game is not going to end here, but still, Homebois now more than 11k goal advantage. This is literally a checkmate situation. RSGMY managed to hold back the wave, but Homebois, they got the divergence coming back up soon, just a little bit. They are ready to fight another time.
They actually used it just for Udil and Nets to get closer to the fight here. The Lord gonna be crashing up top lane.
They need them in this fight as well. RSGMY, they need to find where this Claude is, and it's going to be tough. Vinogo looking for the catch. He does have the Daytona's welcome here. The glass comes in. Chibi, he might go.
Oh my goodness!
The ball, but the catch from Homebois. Once again, they find Lolil out of nowhere. Chibi trying his best to stall Storm here, but again, Zorn with a 3-man catch. They're collapsed all over on RSGMY, and Udil wipes the floor with RSGMY. 2-0 for the Owls. 2-0 for Homebois, and one more game to the grand finals.
Welcome the Tyrant